Hello, welcome everybody. It's Pops here, ILWPOD, and we are here for another This Day in Wrestling History, but we're doing something a little different. We're going to do a Royal Rumble review starting now. We're going to just start doing Royal Rumbles. We're just going to crank out reviews of the Royal Rumble for a while till Royal Rumble season's over. The road to WrestleMania begins at the Royal Rumble, and so we're going to pay a little homage. I think it's one of the best pay-per-views PLE's WWE does. Pat Patterson, genius, thought of it. I think it's awesome. And today we'll be starting with a very special Royal Rumble, a very one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites. It comes to us live from Madison Square Garden. It was the 21st annual Royal Rumble, New York City, 2008. Royal Rumble. It starts out with a nice video package. Everyone's fighting on the subway train for New York. I really enjoyed the package. I thought it was really done. There was 20,798 fans in attendance. And it was the very first time the Royal Rumble was broadcast on HD television, so that was kind of interesting. And so after the little video package, we get the first match, and it's a stipulation match. Ric Flair was doing his retirement run here before the Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania. And so if Flair loses this match, he must retire. Flair was going against... it will be facing MVP. Flair comes out first. He cuts a promo saying his first match in Madison Square Garden was in March of 1976. He starts getting emotional, and then MVP's music hits, cuts Flair off. The U.S. champ MVP comes out to the ring. Now, this has always been one of my favorite Rumbles because of the Rumble match, but I kind of forgot about the other matches on the card. And so this match was a pleasant surprise. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great match. I highly recommend it. Flair was at his best. Out of all the undercard matches, I think this one might be my personal favorite. I highly recommend it. Flair ends up winning the match with a figure four. So it was really nice. I enjoyed it. Really liked it. Next, we get a video package hyping up JBL versus Chris Jericho. And the feud started back at Armageddon when Randy Orton was facing Chris, and he threw Jericho over the announce table into JBL. JBL took offense to this, come out of retirement. So it had been JBL's first match back in a while. And the match was really solid. It started out with a bunch of brawling. Then Chris Jericho got thrown outside of the ring, and his head hit the post. And when it did, he was busted open. I mean, extremely bloody. It was gruesome, absolutely vicious. He was covered from head to toe with blood. Jericho grabs a chair, hits JBL with it, gets disqualified, then goes to beat JBL with the chair and choke JBL with the cord from the camera, which is what JBL had done earlier to Jericho to get this match going. So it was a solid match. Very bloody, very gory, if you like that. Next, we get a backstage segment with Santino Morello and Ashley Mazzaro, I think is how you pronounce it. She won Survivor, Diva Search winner. She has passed away, so praise to her family and everything. We get a little video package with them, and then it'll kind of play out later in the show. We'll talk about it more. And then we get the next match. We get the world champion Edge versus Rey Mysterio. We get Ryder Hawkins out at ringside, the Edgeheads, with Vicky Guerrero in a wheelchair. She's bound to a wheelchair. Instantly, Rey gets knocked outside the ring. Hawkins and Ryder go after him before they can even touch him, though. The ref stops him, kicks him out, throws him to the back. And that was kind of interesting because it was like they didn't even get to put their hands on him yet. So, then Ray gets hurt and hurts his knee in the match. It's his left knee, which was previously injured for 11 months. He had just come back from surgery. So they played off of this for the biggest part of the match, Ray being on one foot, hobbling around. He did hit a nice baseball slide on his belly out of the ring into a DDT on Edge. I thought that was really interesting move, really good move. Ray goes for a 619 on Edge. Vicky jumps up out of the wheelchair, grabs Edge. Ray hits Vicky instead of Edge, knocks Vicky to the floor. Ray goes to springboard back into the ring on Edge. Edge hits him with a spear and gets the pin. I really like the finish. I thought the finish was amazing. The way Edge come out and hit him with the spear off of springboard, like Ray was springboarding to hit him with the West Coast Pop. Edge hits him with the spear. It was an awesome finish. I really enjoyed this. After this match, we get a backstage segment with Shawn Michaels, Mr. Kennedy, Ric Flair, Batista, and Triple H hyping the Rumble, making us feel like anything is possible in the Royal Rumble, that anybody could win, anything can happen. I really like this. Then we get Maria's first ever Royal Rumble kiss cam. She's out there, she's doing this kiss cam thing, and out comes Ashley, who we had seen earlier. At this time, Maria and Santino was doing like a boyfriend-girlfriend gimmick. Maria comes out, or Ashley comes out to ask Maria if she wants to be in Playboy. Santino comes out and says, no, she can't. He's kind of being like, he's making this decision for her. They said they'll talk about it backstage later. This really didn't age well, especially with the Ashley situation and some of the things. There was the guy come out with the rubber chicken, she beat him with him. It just didn't age well. I wasn't a big fan of it. Next, we get the WWE title match. We get Jeff Hardy, the Intercontinental Champ, facing off with the champion, Randy Orton. Now, if Jeff Hardy is to win this, he would become one of only 3 people to have held both the Intercontinental. He would make the 3rd person to hold the Intercontinental and the World title at the same time. The only other 2 people doing it would be the Ultimate Warrior and Triple H at this present time. It's little facts I picked up watching it. It was kind of interesting. Jeff hits a baseball drop kick to Orton on the outside early going in the match. And Orton takes it really rough and flies back into the barricade. The way he lands looks like he snapped his neck, like he's laying there all crippled up. I thought that was really interesting. Randy Orton ends up hitting Jeff Hardy with a RKO. Hardy goes for a twist of fate. Orton reverses it and hits him for the RKO and wins and is still your champion. Randy Orton comes out the victor. Next, we get Michael Buffer, which I thought this was interesting. Michael Buffer, he done all the big announcing for boxing. He used to do Monday Nitro. You didn't really see him in WWE too much until around this time, but they bring Michael Buffer in and he does the opening ring announcing. Let's get ready to rumble, which I always think that always makes me hype. I enjoy it before a big event. And next we get the Royal Rumble match itself. And entering at number 1, we get The Undertaker. He was the winner of the previous year, the 2007 Rumble. Entering at number 30. To win this year, he's got to do it from number 1. And the man that he was last in the ring with last year, Shawn Michaels, enters at number 2. Which is kind of interesting. Him and Michaels go at it for a second. Then we get Santino Marella. He comes in at number 3. He instantly receives Sweet Chin Music from Shawn Michaels. And then tossed over the top by Taker. The Great Khali enters at number 4. Only to be eliminated by Undertaker very shortly after. Next we get Hardcore Holly. Then John Morrison in. After Morrison, we get Tommy Dreamer. So the ring's starting to fill up a little bit now. And then we get Dave Bautista out. And then when Batista comes in, he instantly tosses Dreamer out. Next, we get Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle comes out, but he don't go in the ring. He goes under the ring, which is pretty interesting. He's in his little hiding spot. And at that point, Chuck Palumbo enters the ring next. And he comes in. He has a couple good little moments. It's back and forth. Number 11 to enter is Jamie Noble. And he's immediately eliminated by Chuck Palumbo. Number 12 is CM Punk. And CM Punk sends Palumbo to the floor immediately after coming in. Number 13, we get Cody Rhodes. Number 14, we get Umaga. Umaga comes in and sends Hardcore Holly over the top rope and to the back with a Samoan spike, which was kind of gruesome. He spiked Holly and Holly flipped over. Next, we get Snitsky. At 15, we get Snitsky. Then at 16, we get The Miz. 17, Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin comes in. He has one spot up in the corner with two people. I forget who they were. Really interesting, though. And then immediately, Shawn Michaels chin music's Benjamin straight over the top rope. Then at 18 is like a special legend surprise. We get Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And this is interesting. Snuka comes in, he goes to headbutting everybody, and everybody's working for him and bumping for him, and it's kind of cool. And then at 19, we get the Hot Rod Rowdy Piper's music hits, and everybody goes nuts. Now, both Piper and Snuka are not nowhere near in their prime. They're just surprise entrances, and they look well past the point where they should be in the ring. But it was a nice nostalgia moment. I really enjoyed it. At number 20, we get Kane. And Kane comes in and immediately dumps both Piper and Snuka out. At 21, we get Carlito. 22's Mick Foley. And at number 23, we get Mr. Kennedy. Then at 24, we get Big Daddy V. Here's a little fun fact. I used to take Justin to the wrestling shows in Charleston, West Virginia, and we had made it to a ECW SmackDown event. The only person that would talk to Justin or sign anything for him or take pictures for him was Big Daddy V. It was pretty cool. Taker eliminates Snitsky. Shawn Michaels Sweet Music's Undertaker over the top rope and eliminates him. Then Mr. Kennedy runs up behind Michaels and tosses him over the top to eliminate Michaels. That was kind of interesting. At 25, we get Mark Henry. Next, there's a point where Miz is about to get flipped over the top rope, and Hornswoggle comes out from under the ring, grabs the Miz's arm, pulls him down, and then returns to his hiding spot underneath the ring. I thought it was a pretty cool spot. I really enjoyed it. 26 is Chavo Guerrero. Kane eliminates John Morrison. Mark Henry and Kane eliminates John Morrison with a big boot, sending him to the floor. And then Mark Henry and Big Daddy V, Hornswoggle tries to pop back out again, and Mark Henry reaches over and grabs him and pulls him in the ring, and they got their hands on Hornswoggle. And out of nowhere, the number 27 entrant comes out before his music or anything. It's Fit Finley, and he's got the shillelagh. And he comes to rescue Hornswoggle and goes beating everybody with the shillelagh. And so he is immediately disqualified from the Rumble and kicked out of the Rumble. At 28, we get Elijah Burke. And at this point, CM Punk is eliminated by Chavo Guerrero. Then 29, Triple H comes in, eliminating Cody Rhodes, Big Daddy V, Elijah Burke, and Mick Foley. And then number 30 hits. The crowd goes crazy. John Cena's music hits. He's back from his long time hiatus. He was out for injury. The crowd, the garden goes nuts. The garden is absolutely ecstatic. And then he sends Carlito, Chavo, and Mark Henry to the back. He sends them packing. Now, earlier, Batista had been rolled out on the floor. Batista rolls back in, eliminates Mr. Kennedy. Then Umaga. Then him, Triple H, toss Kane over the top. And at this point, we're down to 3. Triple H, Batista, and the returning John Cena. They fight for a minute. Everybody's hitting finishers and stuff. And then next thing you know, Triple H eliminates Batista. Cena then, after him and Triple H do their stare at the WrestleMania sign and they square off and everything goes on. Triple H goes for a pedigree. Cena reverses it. AA's him over the top for the win. The crowd goes absolutely nuts. I thought this was great. Cena had been out for a while. This was his big return at the Rumble. It was just perfect. One of the better Rumble matches. You know, sometimes it's hard to have a good Rumble match. The good brothers in there throwing around elbows, as Luke Gallows and used to say, or Doc Gallows, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it, they're throwing elbows at each other. It's hard to keep interesting, but they found a lot of ways to keep interesting spots going in this match and to keep people interested. The Hornswoggle stuff was amazing. I really liked everything with Umaga. I thought it was great. There was just a lot of good stuff in this match. And then you get the big surprise, the Jimmy Snuka and the Rowdy Piper. And then after that, you get the big surprise with Cena's return. Triple H kind of ran roughshod for a minute. But I think overall, this is one of the better Royal Rumbles there's been. And I thought with John Cena retiring, this would be where we should start. So, as always, thank you for your support. All praise to the Most High. And I'll see you next time. We'll talk about another Royal Rumble. Thank you.